Several politicians' game plan, as per media reports, seems more like a PR business. A pure political opportunist who is trying hard to save his political career by any means possible was projected as an unparalleled champion of politics, Maratha Chhatrap, the Chanakya of the contemporary politics. Oh, by now you must have guessed who I am talking about, Sharad Pawar. So without further ado, let's hear what the so-called stalwart of Maharashtra politics has in store this time and why he is making strange noises. Is it a sign of Sharad Pawar's politics of convenience and political opportunism, or does he have any ace up his sleeves? Namaste and welcome to TFI Post. I'm your host Polish Gupta. Let's begin. In the past, we have many times highlighted that Congress is a favorite punching bag for its alliance partners. Every now and then, political leaders speak ill of Congress and shatter the bogey of so-called issues of national importance raised by its mascot Rahul Gandhi and company. But this time, especially after Rahul Gandhi's conviction and disqualification, the opposition parties displayed a slight sense of unity, a rarity in itself. But with the back-to-back statements, Sharad Pawar has trivialized the stand of the Congress party and supposed unity of opposition parties. As per the average Congress supporter, Sharad Pawar has taken the backstabbing to another level. On 3 different occasions, Sharad Pawar has poked countless holes in the opposition's boards, which were always shaky to start with. Recently, in interaction with media houses, NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar dubbed Degree Row as a non-issue. Rebuking opposition hue and cry, he argued that someone's educational degree cannot be a political issue, especially when a nation faces serious issues like unemployment and inflation. He said, and I quote, "Should anyone's educational degree be a political issue in the country when we are facing unemployment, law and order, and inflation? Today, differences are being created among people in the name of religion and caste. Crops have been destroyed due to unseasonal rains in Maharashtra. Discussions are necessary on these issues." Unquote. Earlier in an interview with NDTV, he punctured the smear campaign against India's business tycoon Gautam Adani. On the issue of Adani Hindenburg Row, NCP Supremo argued that the short sellers report on Adani was blown out of proportion. NCP Supremo said, and I quote, "Someone gave a statement and it created uproar in the country. Such statements were given earlier too, which created a ruckus. But the importance given to the issue this time was out of proportion." Unquote. Going ahead, former Maharashtra CM Pawar argued that there was a need to check the background of the group as no one knew about it earlier. He also claimed that its economic impacts should also have been analyzed, and on the face of it, the Hindenburg report seems to have been targeted Adani Group. He argued there was a need to think about who raised the issue. We have not heard the name of the institution that made these statements. What is its background? When such issues are raised, they create uproar in the country and the cost is borne. How it impacts the economy, we cannot ignore such things, and it seems it was targeted. These remarks by NCP chief should be seen in the larger context. Apparently, Tapasvi Rahul Gandhi has immersed himself in Adani and Modi Nama. Post the Adani Hindenburg Row, Rahul Gandhi escalated his attack on the Modi government and launched an all-out aggressive smear campaign against Gautam Adani. In that backdrop, Sharad Pawar has virtually smashed Rahul Gandhi's ranting to the ground. He has shattered Rahul Gandhi's main line of attack into smithereens. Accusing Adani of alleged wrongdoing in stock manipulation, Congress and the opposition had been demanding a JPC, Joint Parliamentary Committee, on the matter. In addition to raising doubts about the credibility of a foreign short seller company, Sharad Pawar also turned down the demand of JPC as futile. Claiming that the BJP has a clear majority in parliament, Sharad Pawar argued that a Supreme Court monitored panel is better equipped to probe the matter than a JPC. These remarks added to the troubles for the opposition parties, especially Congress. They are finding it hard to digest such remarks, but at the same time, they cannot muster the courage to go openly against their so-called ally Sharad Pawar. Congress leader Shashi Tharoor and Congress Maharashtra chief Nana Patole tried their bit to ease the situation, but Sharad Pawar has already done the intended damage. He has shown the seed of infighting within the opposition regarding the future roadmap on the Adani matter. Sharad Pawar also argued that the names of Adani and Ambani should not be dragged needlessly to score political brownie points. Before making such loose remarks, one should consider their contribution to the country. However, Sharad Pawar's stern message to Rahul Gandhi is not limited to these incidents alone. For that matter, Rahul Gandhi's attack on Adani is more of a recent phenomena, but the larger proportion of his cynical politics has been targeted against the RSS and Hindutva. His uncanny love for Hindutva and Veer Savarkar was earlier cut down to size by Sharad Pawar. There were reports that he has categorically asked the convicted Congress leader to stop using foul and derogatory language towards visionary freedom fighter Veer Savarkar. On account of visible lawlessness, that is Jungle Raj in Bihar, the turncoat Nitish Kumar has become the epitome of flip-flops, swallowing one's own words, backstabbing allies, and has literally earned the moniker of Paltu Chacha. But in real sense, NCP chief Sharad Pawar is no less a rival to Nitish Kumar in terms of politics of convenience and opportunism. In fact, he is the best example of how the PR business creates a false aura around a faulty product. All those imagining him as some sort of chanakya should go through his style of politics and alleged wrongdoings, including his open admission of spreading fake news around communal violence. In many motivational talks, you must have heard the advice that you should aim higher and then align your actions to achieve that. But Sharad Pawar is an example of what not to do. Throughout his entire career, he has been longing to become Prime Minister, but when his dream fell apart, he tried to cook things up so that the NDA may choose him as their presidential candidate. But here too, he ate the humble pie. Then there were credible reports that he was desperately making his moves for the vice president post, which turned out to be futile as well. Now these remarks are nothing more than a desperate call to save his political fortune. There is no doubt that in the long run, Maharashtra politics may turn towards a more BJP and NCP dominated state. But even then, Sharad Pawar is already past his prime to see the maximum benefit of those days. So other than that, Sharad Pawar can keep making noise and the media may peddle reports of him being Chanakya, but the fact is that he is not a greater leader than Ram Vilas Paswan.